It's been a little while since we've taken a deep dive into the dumpster on Kickstarter, and I know I've always had a negative impression of Kickstarter and Indiegogo, because I think a lot of these crowdfunding sites just have way too many fucking scams on them where you'll donate this money and get nothing in return for it. And a lot of them promise impossible things. A lot of these people think there's some garage Da Vinci who's created this revolutionary product like, behold, this is a device that you put in your mouth that'll instantly clean your teeth. No more wasting time brushing your teeth. This is going to change everything. And I've imbued it with an intelligence spell, so by continually using my product, you will supercharge your IQ. And then they have a fucking funding goal of 100 grand, and a lot of times these projects reach it, and it's just terrible shit. But today I found a product that has completely changed my perspective on Kickstarter. It's called The Pussy in Her Face. Let's take a look. This is a brand new Kickstarter campaign from the unmatched genius mind of Oliver Redlight. Oliver Redlight, as I'm sure you well know, is a renowned author and credited with inventing the human erection. Legend says before Oliver picked up the pen, men couldn't get their dick hard. Blood wouldn't even flow to the cock region, but one day Oliver said, "Let there be light," and eureka, thus there was, the boner was born. Oliver Redlight is to penis what Jesus Christ was to all of humanity, a savior. So it should come as no surprise that Oliver Redlight is writing again, and undoubtedly The Pussy in Her Face is going to be another landmark achievement. So the pussy in her face, every part of a pussy can be found in a woman's face. As you can see here from the cover of the book, you have the eyes plus the lips equal the pussy. Story. 7 years ago, my book, The Pussy in Her Face, was published in German language, but now I want to make it available to a wider audience in the English language. And Oliver, I think I speak on behalf of everyone that speaks English when I say, thank you. I had to blur out the actual pussy on the cover of this book. It's not a real vagina. What Oliver's done is he has photoshopped the human lips into a vagina, so he's meshed the two together and created like a chimera pussy of human lips and vaginal lips. It's some pretty interesting Frankenstein play there. For some, the title of the book may be a little provocative, but it is best description of the content because the book is about how a woman's facial features tell you what her pussy looks like. After a long development, I turned the curiosity into a science and a formula how to reveal the secret in the panties of every woman by looking at her facial features. So in a nutshell, The Pussy in Her Face is a guide, a hitchhiker's guide to the pussy in a girl's face. What the book does is it breaks down the simple science of analyzing a girl's facial features to see exactly what her vagina is going to look like should you ever get that far. Now the problem, and there isn't many problems with this book, but the main problem I have with The Pussy in Her Face is it's almost too powerful. Like, what's to stop you from accidentally seeing the pussy in a man's face, you know what I mean? Because in his book, the formula is laid out plain and clear. You're analyzing eyes, nose, and lips, and you're putting all that together to create a vagina. Men also have eyes, nose, and lips, so what's going to stop me? What if I just go around and start seeing pussy on everyone's faces? You know, after reading this book, what if I go to my parents' house and I start seeing their pussy in their face? You know what I mean? It's just, the formula is just too strong. The science is just too much. I don't think we were ready to have these secrets thrust upon us here. It's opening Pandora's box. We're just going to see face pussy everywhere. You'll be at the gym talking to that really sweet old man who's been battling alcohol addiction for the last 20 years. You'll be deep into a conversation, then all of a sudden you'll have like a That's So Raven flashback, stop for a moment, and then just start seeing the vagina on his face. You'll analyze his eyes, his nose, his white mustache, so you know he's got a bit of a white pubic hair bush over his vagina, and then all of a sudden you can't even look at the guy anymore because you just keep seeing his vagina that he's wearing right on his face, because now you just have all of the information right there because Oliver Redlight's pulled back the curtain, and now we can see everyone's pussy just by looking at their face. It's too much. It's too powerful. Continuing on, we see a wonderful photo of the author, Oliver Redlight, in all of his glory, proudly holding up his book, definitely signing copies here, I imagine, and no doubt in my mind he is about to go have some real good sex. He's about to have sex. But don't worry, this book is neither sexist nor inhumane. This book actually helps to look at a woman first in the face and not on her breasts or butt. So you're wrong if you think there's something wrong about this book. Though one could argue by constantly looking at a woman's face, just picturing vagina, it's not the best. That's not probably the right way of approaching a conversation with a woman. But hey, I'm no Oliver Redlight, and he said himself, it's not sexist. So it's just not sexist. The first part is about the parallels in the face of the vagina and how to get the details with a few steps of the formula, such as can recognize the basic shape, characteristics, proportions, color, hair, etc. As you can see, there's some hand-drawn scribbled notes for his formula. This is probably something that just came to him in like a brain blast where he just all of a sudden started connecting all the dots of the universe and figured out exactly how to draw these parallels to a pussy. So he started writing them down on a napkin, the closest thing he had nearby. And very good hand-drawn pictures of vagina here that I'm going to have to blur out. But overall, I mean, you can't argue with the formula, of course. It's infallible. The second part consists of photo montages where the formula is applied step by step to various examples from blonde to brunette to black hair, from young to old, from skin tones and countries of origin, and much more. Many step-by-step examples are shown you this. I can't show any of the examples there because it is just a photo montage of Photoshop vagina. So moving on, in the third part of the book, you can apply the knowledge from the first 2 chapters in the form of a puzzle by assigning the right face to the right pussy, or vice versa, the right pussy to the right face. And as you can see, here's Oliver using the book in a bar setting saying, hey, I know exactly what your vagina looks like, I'm going to describe it, and here's how I know this. So he hands over his, Back to the Future sports almanac that kind of reveals how he got all the information. As you can see here, this woman is beyond impressed and beyond interested. Now, obviously, this is perhaps a paid actress to tolerate the pussy in her face promotional material here, but I like to imagine he truly does just travel with the pussy in her face book in his back pocket and uses it as maybe like a pickup line like, hey, I know what your vagina looks like. And then they like slap him and he's like, no, I'm serious. Check this out. And then he whips out his book. Either way, an incredible novel from the one and only Oliver Redlight. Now, there's a lot of things that can be said about the pussy in her face, but there's one thing that can't be said, that it's a scam, because it's not. I mean, it's an actual tangible product, apparently. The book exists in a German language. It shouldn't exist, but it does. In a lot of ways, this is like one of the only true Kickstarter projects that actually has a real product that can be delivered, but it shouldn't. It's a real shame that of all like the promising projects on Kickstarter, this is the one that somehow actually does exist. So, unfortunate, but hey, the pussy in her face has totally changed my perspective on Kickstarter. It's not all bad over there. That's what this has shown me. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.